about those potential pressures. Thanks so much for being here, Will.
Thanks, Jason.
It is a harder environment for a lot of small businesses. No business likes uncertainty, but small businesses in particular, the margins are just tighter, and it's a harder lift.
You knew what I was going to say.
Did I?
All businesses like certainty, for sure.
They
want to know how to plan for the future. They want stability. That's especially true with small businesses, which have less sales, smaller margin in case something goes awry. And there's been a lot of uncertainty, as you said, whether it's uncertainty about the tariffs you're going to be paying, uncertainty about your fuel costs. I will say, small businesses, responding to uncertainty is kind of part of the course in small businesses, so they're pretty good at it, luckily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like you have to be more nimble, the smaller you are, because you don't have that pad, perhaps, that a large corporation might have.
You wear a lot of hats. It's just it's part of the game.
So let's talk about this a little bit. I mean, we talk about fuel. All of us notice that when we're at the pump, and it affects us. But it also affects the prices of so many individual items that are delivered by truck or what have you. Yep. And then there's also tariffs that came before we saw the fuel prices. And we heard from businesses across the spectrum talking about tariffs, but in particular, small businesses. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, can I take one step back? Next week is Small Business Week. So our cover story in Dallas Business Journal this Friday is about the state of small business, the challenges they're facing. And the Business Journals did a nationwide survey of about 1,200 business owners about all the challenges they're facing. The tariff impact, I think it was about 31% said they had been significantly or moderately impacted by tariffs nationwide, but it varies a lot by industry. So if you look at just manufacturers, 47% said they had been significantly or moderately impacted. So 31, that might be surprising to some people, lower. 47, nearly half, it's having an impact, especially on the manufacturers. And manufacturing is often held up as this very important sector. It's stuff that's made here in the country. It's jobs that often have a living wage without a 4-year degree. So manufacturing is this big important thing, and it's feeling a lot of the brunt of the tariff impact, small manufacturers in particular.
And that's a significant percentage when you're talking about significant impacts. They're reporting significant impacts. Can you kind of give us, we don't want to give away the whole article that you all are putting out starting this Friday, but can you kind of give us just the sense that you got from the responses across different categories, sort of if you were to take the pulse on what small businesses are feeling like right now, what would you gauge that as?
Like I said, it's a pretty resilient bunch. And looking out into the future, 71% said they expect revenue to grow in the coming year, in the next year, and over half said they expect to hire more people to grow their workforce. So you get a sense of a cautious optimism, a guarded kind of, we got through a lot of stuff here. We can make it through whatever comes next. But yeah, a lot of pressure being felt by small businesses in a sense that what's the next hit that's going to be coming?
It's interesting, though, how they're jumping over all of these hurdles, but yet that optimism remains. But again, as you mentioned, that's almost just part of owning a small business now, isn't it?
If you start a small business, you're ready for some challenges. You're an optimistic kind of person, and that's good for this country. Small businesses and medium-sized businesses employ the majority of people, not the large corporations. So it's good to see them doing well, and when they are challenged like this, it's a problem for everybody. It's a problem for your small coffee shop on the corner. It's a problem for, a mom and pop retailer that's selling, you're buying from their Etsy shop or something. So it has a really wide effect even if you don't work necessarily or own a small business.
I'm glad that you bring up the point about them employing the most people here in this country, because that gets overlooked a lot. And so as small businesses go, so goes the economy. So we should all be rooting for them to do well and for those optimistic thoughts to pan out for them.
Indeed.
Will Anderson from the Dallas Business Journal, thanks so much for being with us. The article again comes out this Friday, right?
In the print edition and online sooner than that.
All right, check it out there. Thanks for coming in. All right, Jesse is coming